Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Trip, and we are getting ready to count down to 2019. What is up, Born? How you guys doing? So yeah, I'm watching local NBC in Chicago. They're gonna get count down. Then once we count down, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about my channel and some of the things that for the future of 2019 and beyond, hopefully and positive. Hopefully, we're gonna talk about a lot of other things too, about especially like why am I wearing these gloves and things like that. So we'll talk about that as we get to the new year. But right now, we're waiting till we get to go to the countdown. Some idiot just
to you, Chicago, as a reporter,
some guys
just
many of
you guys on the street. So my only hope for you in 2019 is that if I meet you, you have a beautiful
and
story.
I'm not a big. I drink liquor. I'm not a big liquor drinker. I'm not a big wine drinker either. But I went and got some good old fashioned sparkling grape juice. Toast to New Year. Oh, and by the way, out there, especially Born, I hope. I'm guessing if you watching this, you're not out. So, but yeah, don't drink and drive and anybody like that.
But it's a feeling of optimism and can-do spirit.
That's what Uber's for.
And just well wishes for what can be in the new year. And you hold the key. I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker, but it's true. You can be proactive and make 2019 what you want.
So here we go. Yep, sparkling grape juice.
Love being with you, my friend. Yes, can't believe we're spending this wonderful New Year's event together, and I know we're going to go ahead and continue this episode. And we're going to countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Woo! Woo! Wait, we're talking about. If you notice in the thumbnail, I got 2 bottles of these. I'm gonna hit this stuff out tonight. As it starts to thunder and lightning down in Chicago. It was raining in New York. You got people in Times Square, I get standing out in the cold. I get that. I do. Believe me, I do. I don't get standing out in the rain. It's like raining as hell. Downpour in Times Square, New York. I mean, what the hell? What? Why? I don't get that. I really don't. So yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. So yeah, I mean, it's just because it's one thing. At least you dry in the cold. You may be cold, but at least you dry. Rain, you wet, and you're more likely you're gonna get cold anyway because it's raining. Right? It's wet. So whatever. So let me stop Katy Perry for a little bit. Excuse me. In local NBC television station here in Chicago, just blaring that Katy Perry. Talking like I'm drunk. I mean, it's just not real liquor. So let's talk about some of the things that I am talking about in the future here. Because it's some personal things, and it goes into this whole thing with the YouTube and what I'm doing and everything like that. So haven't been progressing like I've wanted to be progressing here on YouTube. You know, I'm not sure exactly the reason. I'm not sure if am I having my hands in too many cookie jars, with all of the things, doing reactions, talking about wrestling, talking about sports, doing this and doing that, doing other things like that, you know, because there are many people out there that are doing those, in each and every type of thing. And, or, there's a lot, there's a part of me that maybe I'm just not that, good at anything. And, there's a part of me wonders about that. I think I'm at the very lowest. I'm average. I do a lot of hemming and hawing and umming and liking and things like that. I know there are a lot of people out there that they edit those out. I like to keep those in because I kind of like it to be like as a talking thing, as I'm kind of like doing right now, just a kind of like a talking type type thing. I do some edits, but I just kind of like do like some talking stuff. So I'm not sure about that, but I'm kind of disappointed to where I'm at, and because I started back in February of 2017. No, but actually I've had the YouTube channel forever, and really, and this is this goes back to like 20 whenever it was, because even back then I kind of thought that, because I should, and this is one of the things I do. I go all over the place, but let me go back to one of the things in 2006. I wanted to be like, I kind of want to do like radio, whether it was sports talk or whether it was like an on-air disc jockey. You're listening to 103.5 Kiss FM. Here's so and so with so and so. One of those type of things. So I went to a broadcasting school for it, the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, and I graduated, and and I get everything like that. But I couldn't find a job, and spent spent about 2 or 3 years trying to do that. Looking for the job in broadcasting. It just didn't happen. And mainly because you get your job. When it's something like that, you get your job from like your internship, right? That's how you start. You get you show them how good of a worker you are. They'll give you something to do. And of course, you're not going to be on air or anything like that, but they'll give you something to do to hold you over. Until you get your shot. But I was kind of screwed out of my internship, so I had to be released from that internship, and I just didn't. So where I was out of the internship, and I guess I foolishly thought that it'd be okay. I can still. I wouldn't need it. I don't want to need another internship. I can still do my. I can still get a job in radio, doing something with that. And well. What do you know? That didn't happen. But I had this idea, because I was starting to. I was very much doing this YouTube. Like every other Saturday, I would go over to my mother's house and I would clean for her, clean her house, and she would give me about $30 for it, or something like that. $30, $60, something like that. I can't remember. It's 2006 and 8 and all that stuff. But yeah, I would go ahead. I would go over and I would do that. And when I would do that, I would use her laptop and I would surf the web and do and look at all the YouTube channels, and it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting because one of the first things I remember watching on the YouTube, because first of all, it mainly was just cat videos. I'm a big cat person, and it mainly was cat videos. But I mean, one of the first things I did remember seeing is the Jenna Marbles, how to do your makeup type thing, and she was sitting up there pretending like that she was ugly, and obviously she's not. She's gorgeous, but but I remember seeing that, and and I just, and now to sit back here and here it is, that was like I said, 2008, and here it is 10 years later, and she's one of the biggest stars that YouTube has ever seen, you know. So so it's kind of interesting with that. But even back then, I had the idea, you know what, if I could start this YouTube and do like my YouTube channel, you know, maybe I can use that to maybe get into the broadcasting world, right? That's what my thought was. And like if you go back and you look at like some of my very first videos, that's what that kind of is. I'm doing a the word according to me, and I'm talking about sports, right? And I'm talking about sports, and I'm doing all of these videos and things like that. And so I'm doing all of these things. But I see the thing was that I was just it was just the wrong. It was I had the right idea. It was just the wrong timing for me because like I said, I was basically staying at my uncle's. He had no internet. I had no computer, anything like that. Like I was saying, I was going over every other week to my mother's house to clean, and that's when I would use, you know, the internet, you know, and it wasn't something that I could do. I could do something like on a and like I actually could say also say was that I wasn't too I wasn't focused enough, you know, like I have been recently in the past 2 years, focused enough on trying to get this thing working, right? So I just thought, you know, I'll do it and maybe, you know, I'll catch on and things like that. But, you know, and it just never did it. So then I had I had the YouTube channel, and every now and then I would put up other videos and things like that throughout the you know 6 or 7 years that had passed. And then finally, you know, I got back into watching YouTube, but I was doing these other things, and I was, you know, looking at it, and I think what really got me was I caught on to Tyrone Magnus, and I started to watch his stuff, and I caught him right around the time, or a little bit before he was starting to do his little series on starting a YouTube channel, and he was talking about it, and he had, and from him from listening to him, I really said, you know what, I need to try to give this a try, and I thought this was the perfect timing too, because here I was going to school for graphic design, right? I also had, so I had getting back into school in my 30s, and I was going back to. And I was going back to school to be graphic design. I was only going to do a associate degree because I was in my 30s and I didn't want to be in school forever. But when you know it, I get my associate's degree. I can't find a job. I can't find a job. I can't get an internship, paid or non-paid. So what I gotta do? I gotta go back to school, and then going back to school. Some of the classes that I had to take just really turned me off, and especially the way that they did it, and I just lost all interest in basically doing graphic design. So then I caught on to this. Okay, so I thought about this. I said, okay, so this is what I do. I continue going to school for graphic design. I'll get this started, right, and I'll get this YouTube started, and I'll see if I can, you know, see if I can make something out of this. And then I'll have this graphic design thing, right, to back me up on, right, so that I could go and I'll do graphic design somewhere. Well, I'm still getting this, thing going, and so that happened, and this has been, all this time now. So recently, the school that I was going to, the Illinois Institute of Art here in Chicago, with me having two classes left, closes. And I now am two classes short of basically graduating, getting my bachelor's in graphic design, right? But the school closes. So now what do I do, right? So but they decided to go around a lot of these schools and see if you can get kids to transfer into the schools and everything like that. So okay, so I'll see if I can transfer. Went to one school. I thought it was good. I thought I liked where it was, and I like the guy that was helping me. I like what he was telling me about school. Fine, let's go here and let's see what's going on. And however, some of the classes that I had wouldn't transfer over, even though they said all the classes would transfer over. Some of them wouldn't because I got D's and F's. And then combine that with the fact that there is apparently some type of Board of Education rule where it says that the school that you graduate from, you have to have been there for 25% of your schooling. So I'm leaving one school where I have 2 classes left before graduating. I'm going to this other school that now says I have to take 23 more classes. And it's just weird. And then now I'm taking to this other school. So this other school says, well, we don't have that 25% thing, but we don't know about the D's and F's thing. So we don't know about that. So I've sent them my transcripts, and I am hoping that this school does somehow get this fact, because I'm not asking for 2 classes, although I think 2 classes would be perfect because I'm only having 2 classes, right? But I'm really just asking for just the rest of this year, right? And if I could just find out to the rest of this year, I think I would be good. That would really be good. But then there's something else. When I was applying to this other school that I was going to go to, I used my mother as a co-signer and trying to get loans from Sallie Mae. And for the first time in the past 5 years that we've been getting loans from Sallie Mae, we were turned down. And I don't know why. They seem to say it was my co-signer. I'm not sure why. Now, my mother at one point did say that she was going to try to consolidate the loans. Told that to the person on the phone. I don't think that was a smart idea, but that should not have done the things that that shouldn't have cost us the shot for Sallie Mae. So I'm not sure. So if I can just finish this year, and this all I'm talking about this year, maybe 5 or 6, 7 classes that would help me finish this year. We're gonna try again with Sallie Mae. They said this school says that, and it's Robert Morris, just to be open. It's Robert Morris University, and they say that if it's just if it's just they take from other loaners. So I've got other loaners. I've got schools. So if Sallie Mae turns it down again, we can try other loaners to try to get a loan from them to go to that school. However, I'm really putting down the real thing. I'm preparing myself for the realization that I'm preparing myself for the realization that I won't be going to this school either. One way or another. I won't be going to this school either. And so then what that means is that I will have to find a job, another type of job. And especially if I want to stay here in Chicago. That's what I want to do. There's this big contingency plan that that we've decided that if we do get a job, and if I do have to get a job, then my mom, I guess me and my mom, we're gonna try to get a loan from our bank, and we're gonna try to get a loan so that I can use that loan to pay for my bills while I'm looking for a job, right? But if all of that doesn't go work, then I'm gonna have to move to Carolina and live with them, and I don't want to do that for a myriad of reasons. I love Chicago. Chicago's my home. I love I just love it. and Carolina is just, and it's just, and there's, I think the biggest thing is that I know the way my life has gone, I know that if I have to move to Carolina, I will never come back to Chicago. I know that. I know I will never come back to Chicago. I will never have the opportunity to come back to Chicago. I know that, and that sucks. That really does. Ugh. Yeah. So I am. So yeah. So that's where I'm at right now, and then combine the fact that I have some doing some personal things as well. Some of you guys may have seen in my videos. And you see, I'm sitting in a chair different type of ways. I was watching television, and I kind of don't care at this point. But you may have seen that I have these gloves on my hand. I probably have these gloves on my hand probably about for the last month, so in my videos. And the reason that is because these are copper infused gloves that are they're made to help you with inflammation in your hands. Now, they might say, well, AJ, why do you have inflammation in your hands? Well, I have inflammation in my hands apparently because I have what he was said. The doctors said was they first thought it was carpal tunnel. They first thought it was carpal tunnel. But it doesn't look to be carpal tunnel. It looks to be called the mild. I have a mild distal sensory polyneuropathy, apparently. So I have that. So I need to see a neurosurgeon or a neurologist about it, and hopefully take some MRIs and some CT scans, some CAT scans to figure out how to take it. Because I tell you, at this point, and even right now, even the glove, it still don't help because they're still like tingling. As the inflammation is making my fingers tingle and making them feel kind of numb, and they are just, and they've been like this, and there's been no relief. I had some relief back in November. I had I went to the doctor. He assigned me naproxen, and I tell you, the first those first couple of days, it was working. It was working. Like the naproxen was working, and my hands were feeling better. They were feeling almost normal. Like, I mean, it was really working, and it got to the point where the next week on Wednesday, right? On Wednesday, the next week I had something that happened, and I could not take my medicine, including the naproxen. Take any of my medicine, but in particular the naproxen. And I didn't take it, and boy, I tell you, I guess that was the worst thing that ever happened because boy, ever since that day, there's been no relief in these hands and in these fingers. It's just been all tinkling and all there's just and then there's like I have weakness in my arms and I don't hold on to things straight. I don't big enough or anything like that. And it's just God, it's just they have tightness all in my forearms and wrists, and it's just not a good thing. I really do feel like at this point, I really do feel like that I might be on the verge of losing my arms. I really do. My hands, my arms, or something. I really do feel that way because it's just no way they should be feeling. There's no way nothing. They should not be feeling like this. This can't be something that's just not. It's just simple. I kind of always felt that way. They were telling me carpal tunnel, and I was thinking, no, it can't be carpal tunnel. It's got to be something else. It's got to be like a pin. It's got to be something serious, something that could, be truly serious. And I went to my PCP. I then went to the doctor. I went to the doctor, and I talked to them about it. Went to the emergency room. And then I found an app. I found an app, that you could talk to a doctor, and I talked to her, and all three of them thought it was carpal tunnel syndrome. Found out it wasn't. And now I don't believe this. Whatever they diagnosed me with, I don't believe I have that, because I just think it's just you think it would be getting better at some point. You think it would be getting better, and it's not. It's getting worse. So I need to see a neurologist. So, and then the thing about this, right? I went to Charlotte to see my family for Christmas, and then that's when they decide to send the goddamn referral to go see a neurologist, and I'm not gonna be here. But I didn't get it but hey, on the bright side, I wouldn't have been here to get it anyway, because the people who own this building that I live in, they decided to fuck up the system, and and the mail person couldn't get in. Yeah, but I don't know how she got in. I went downstairs and I opened the door, and then kind of had it like cracked a little bit, so that if you pushed on it, you could come in. So I don't know if she got in that way, or if somebody else was downstairs and let her in or something like that, or something. But whatever happened, she got in, so I got the referral today. But I was gonna call the office, my doctor's office. Apparently, doctor's office was closed today. Somehow, it's closed on New Year's Eve. Whatever. So I guess it'll be open. This will be closed tomorrow. I'm gonna call and see just to be sure. But hopefully it's there Wednesday, because I was able to when I called the referral to try and make the referral for the for one of the other neurologists. They were talking about March. I don't have March. I don't have March time. By then my arm will be fully dead. What are you talking about from March for see a neurologist? No. So I went online, and I did this in the morning, actually. I went online, and before all of that, went online and I found a neurologist. Bam. So I got a neurologist, right? Got a neurologist, made an appointment, thought everything was set for Thursday. Finally, I'll be able to go and see a neurologist and finally get something, figure out what's wrong. Let's set up a plan, to get me better, right? Set up a plan to get me better so that I'm not dealing with this. And then a girl, I guess his nurse calls me back later on today saying that you need a referral. Why the fuck do I need a referral to go see the doctor? Apparently she's talking about that the doctor don't get paid and everything. You have to pay out of pocket. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm really thinking about just saying, I want to I'd be willing to pay out of pocket just so I can see some fucking body, and get this shit fixed, Fuck. So you add that on to what's going on with the shit I get going on with that, and then just the fact that this YouTube isn't working right. I'm not doing. I sit here and I'm looking at people. I was looking at somebody that I follow today, and she had a thing. She had one of the end screens when you watch the video, and all of the end screens come up. It was up there in the corner. She was talking about she gained 400 400,000 subscribers this year. 400,000 this year, 2018. Now listen, don't get and listen, and I understand it's a little bit easier for women because they can do all the other things that guys can't do, right? You know they can do they can do all those things that they do try on hauls and they do beauty products and things like that. So and so then all of the girls want to see it, and then because they're attractive, obviously, the guys follow the girls as well. So they do so that's they have it easier, but still, I just would have thought, and I have to wonder this. I have to wonder this, and I was wondering why. How come I'm not going? How come I'm really not going? And I wondered why, and I even did the thing where last year, you may remember, maybe some of you guys who've been with me may remember this. I actually changed, changed like things on my channel. I had a channel called A Triple 20, and a channel called A Triple 20 Gaming, and I made A Triple 20 Gaming my I had made like the brand channel, the brand, that's what's called a brand channel. And when I wasn't growing, so I was wondering, well, maybe what I need to do is make my the channel that I do most of the stuff on, the channel that I've been calling my main channel. Maybe I need to make that my brand channel, and maybe that would help with the subscribers and everything, right? So that's what I did. I did that, and I did that switch and everything like that. And now, as you know, this is now called AJ Trip, which is the pseudonym that I am going by on all of my content creations, on my podcast, on my gaming, and on here. And then I went back and I started another channel. It's called Andre Triplet, my real name. And that's not really right. Like I'm doing like my streaming games over there, but I'm not calling it a gaming channel. I'm calling it my backup channel. I'm calling that my backup channel just in case something happens to this channel, right? So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I mean, yeah. So it's just like it's just very, very weird. So, and I wonder what I guess one of the things I have to do wonder, and I guess I have to admit this, is that when I first started, I was just I had like 20. And I was trying. I guess you could say I was trying to get a quick fix, right? I was trying to get a quick fix. So I was trying to see how to grow and something like that. And I came across the channel. Some girls, and she was talking about how did she, get to her subscriber count, in the way that she did. She talked about how she had bought subscribers, and how she had bought subscribers, and then how that got her to where she was. So I was like, well, maybe if I buy subscribers, maybe that would work for me. So that's what I did. I bought like a few, about like a few hundred. I think I bought 100. I forget how many I bought. About that, and then after that, I went back and I bought like 3,000. Or I bought, or no, I bought a 6-month plan. You were supposed to, it was like something like that, where it's 6 months and you're supposed to get like, was it 15 a day? You're supposed to get like 15 subscribers a day, right? And for 6 months. So that would have been, so that should have been like, if we count, so we just say 30 days times 50, that's 450, right? And 450 times 60, that's, 2,700 or something like that, right? Or whatever it was. I'm not sure. It may not have been 25, but I should have had probably over 3,500, I think, in 6 months. And you can very much see, like if you were to look at my things, you can see the thing how it spikes up, and how it kind of goes, like, like for the first few weeks and how it is. And even then, they still weren't doing it. They still weren't, doing things, because even still, you were supposed to get 15 a day. You wouldn't get 15 a day. Some days you wouldn't get 0. Really, you wouldn't get notices forever, no day. And so I wondered if that somehow screwed up me with the new algorithm and everything like that, because that just really didn't help, maybe. So then maybe I'm still feeling the backlash from that somehow, and it's not, and the algorithm hasn't caught up to me, anything like that. Because listen, I mean, you can see it, and it's, to be very honest with you, it's kind of embarrassing, right? Because it says I have like 2,700 subscribers, right? And if you look at a lot of my videos, right, you'll see, like, sometimes I'll have 60, and then I'll get up to 100, and then sometimes I'll get up to even 300 and 500 or some videos or something like that. But the majority of my videos, it's 1 or 2 views. That's it. 1 or 2 views. And it's kind of embarrassing. So you get 2,700 subscribers, and your Infinity, your Avengers Endgame, if it in-game reaction gets 5 views. Really? Yeah, for 5 views. So maybe I'm paying the price for doing it, quick fix that way. So then I guess I talk about gaming. Then maybe I'll stop bitching and moaning and complaining. But no, I still have to talk about what the future is when it comes to everything like that. But yeah, so then I got this gaming thing, right? So then I started. So back in 2017, I started doing Twitch, right? I signed on to Twitch and I started doing Twitch, and still, I wasn't doing a lot with that either. Every now and then I come across and I get like 5 or 6. Now again, I don't play a lot of the games that other people play, right? Like Fortnite and and other things, and there's a lot of League of Legends. There's a lot of like computer games that people play. All these things, right? I play on the PlayStation 4. I play sports games. I play Madden. I play 2K, NBA, and WWE. I play all of these. I play sports games. That's what I play. That's what I like to play. But I do know there are some people that like to play those type of games, and some people like to do it. They like to watch people play. But again, I think you think about it. But I also think again, it's where I play, because all these people that they're doing like for NBA 2K, they're doing like the My Park stuff, right? Or like for like Madden, they're doing the Madden Ultimate Teams, and they're doing seasons and games and other things like that. That's not me. I'm doing the the season, the franchise mode. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills, doing a fantasy draft. Getting J.J. Watt and then and Luke Kuechly on my team, and I'm playing as the Buffalo Bills during the season. That's what I'm doing. Same thing with the, on the NBA, and what I'm doing with the Los Angeles Lakers, or in baseball, and what I'm doing with the Colorado Rockies. That's what I'm doing. That's how I play, right? And maybe people don't like that fondly to play, so don't like to watch that type of thing. So I don't know. I do know that so Sony finally came out. They finally made some wireless type headphones. So now so now you don't need to plug it into the jack. To hear. You can be wireless, and with that, I think I'm gonna start maybe doing some, maybe playing some more Street Fighter. Not only Street Fighter 5, but the Street Fighter collection. I might be live streaming a little bit more of that. So maybe that might get some views and things like that. Obviously, Call of Duty. Maybe get some views. So we'll see. When I started to do, I started to come across this. I started doing like these things. I joined this Discord and something like that, and that was really cool. When I joined the Discord, and I went in there and said, "Hey, I'm a streamer, and I quickly went from like 8 followers to like 32. I was like, wow, and I quickly got to 60. So I was happy. I was happy about that. So, but then when as soon as I start getting to 60, my hands go dead on me, right? So it's very hard to play. A lot of the other video games, I basically can only play, only can play Call of Duty, really. And I can't play anything else, really. So, but yeah. So then that's that. So as for the future, what does the future hold for me? 2019, right? Welcome to 2019. I saw everybody's there. I see everybody on Twitter. God, let's get rid of 2018. Let's go to 2019. I don't know if I want to be in 2019. 2018, I know where I'll be at. I know if I could replay 2018 again with what I know, I would know to maybe to start looking for other schools. I would start looking for other things. I would start doing the Twitch thing earlier and start trying to get followers on there on Twitch, and then maybe I would make it to affiliate and things like that. Yeah, so there's other things I know. Well, maybe the biggest thing is if I were to go back and redo 2018 over again, knowing what I know now, I would win that $1.8 billion that meant that there was like the Mega Millions. I would go back and play that and win that, and so then me and whoever won it, me and her, we can share it. Half. So you don't. By the way, you don't get all of that money anyway, because first of all, the government takes half. Then after the government takes half, for some other fucking reason, they take half again, and they take half again, and then now it becomes I forget what it's called, but it's some silly bullshit. So then you get that. So, and actually, if you would Google like lottery calculator or something like that, you can find out, and you can put in stuff like you can put in 8 million and then see what you would actually get if you won and the 8 million. If you won, or not 8 million because they started at 40 million. So if you try it, guess what? So if you put in like 40 million, the lottery calculator would let you know how much will be taken out for taxes, how much will be taken out for the other thing, how much you would be getting. So really, what you just suspect, and depending on where you live and everything like that, state taxes, things like that, because you got to do that too. You should expect anywhere from 45 to 60% of the of the stuff to be taken out. Yeah. So like I said, they're taking half out automatically for the government, right? Taking half out automatically for the government, and they take the other half out for whatever. So then whatever that is, it's about 40. You're going to get about. That's I mean, yeah, you're going to get about 45 to 60% of the winnings, depending on all that other junk. So you don't get the full, but even still, that's still enough money for me to, and then I wouldn't be in the situation I would be, right? I'd have money, and I'd be able to do other things, and I'd be able to, I wouldn't have to worry about having to, get money for school, or even worry about having a school to go to. I wouldn't be worried about whether or not I'd be having to leave Chicago, because I wouldn't be here in Chicago. If I was still kind of with these, hands and everything like that, I'd worry about that. But I'd be okay with it, right? I'd be okay with it. No, I wouldn't be okay with it, but I guess I can barely deal with it now. So I don't know how to express myself, but it just is what it is. So, but yeah, it'd be a lot of different things I wish I could do. So I guess I've talked enough, right? Talked enough. Well, no, I still haven't talked about what the future of this channel. And the truth is that I don't know what the future entails. There are so many things that I do want to do. I do want to do something like that, where this would be my job, where I would do videos, and I would play video games, and I would do podcast. I would do a podcast. Look, I really want to do that. I really want to maybe do that. Right now, last year, in 2017, I was trying to do like a podcast every week, and that wasn't really happening. I was going, months at a time without doing a podcast. So then I decided 2018, what I was going to do is I was going to do a podcast at the end of the month, every month, while I would talk about what went on in the world of sports. That's what I'm going to do. My podcast is going to be about sports. So what went on that month in sports? And I thought it was a good idea. I really did. And I guess it kind of is in one point. It is because you can sit back and you can pontificate on what went down that month. I think the thing is because I'm still doing like the free thing when it comes to it. I'm still doing like the free podcast. I use Spreaker, by the way. I'm only getting 15 minutes, so I kind of have to almost, I don't have time to sit and like dissect what happened, with certain things. And dissect what happened in the NBA, in the NFL, in Major League Baseball, in the WWE. I don't have time to dissect. I don't have the time to dissect, Tiger's big comeback, and him coming back to the sport of golf. I don't have time to dissect what happened with the Olympics. Although, to be honest with you, I didn't watch one lick of the Olympics this year, so I probably wouldn't have talked about it a lot, right? But still, I didn't have time to do that. And that would be one of the things I would love to do. I would love to upgrade so that I could get to that point to where I could do that. And there was a part of me that's even thinking, well, maybe you should just do your podcast like here on YouTube and just do it like that when you have all the time in the world to do that, and that's still an option. That's still a very very good option. But I think at this point, I still want to continue on with the actual like podcasting type thing, because now what I've done now is and once again, I've done this way too late, but I've I've now got my podcast hooked up so that it would go to iTunes and it would go to Google Play and it would go to iHeartRadio and it would go to all of these other things so that now you can find my podcast on those different platforms, not just on Spreaker or just on my Twitter account or just on here on YouTube. You know, they're now everywhere. So we'll see. Hopefully, if I can catch some breaks, that's still going to happen. I think right now, I think I'm going to do podcasts at the end of every month. I uploaded one today for the month of January and the month of December, and that one was just I was kind of going back and looking at what happened, you know, in the year in sports, month by month. I tried my best to do so. But yeah, I would kind of like to get to the point to where maybe if I could, I would upgrade and get so that I could have that extra time. I would get that 45 minutes, and then I would definitely try to do one every other week, and every other week, so that I wouldn't have to try to do that. I wouldn't try to have to, go back and try to remember each and every thing that happened in a month, and I could, talk about what went down the last couple of weeks and things like that, and talk about it and talk about it like again in a more, break it down in a better way. So I still that but we'll have to wait and see because, like I've said, if I don't get into this school, this new school, I'm gonna have to try to find a job, which means I'm gonna have to be probably doing things where I'm working a 9 to 5 or something like that, and that could hamper not only podcasting but everything. That could hamper my gaming. That could hamper my, my videos and and doing the reactions and trying not to laugh and all of those things that I really like to do. So it's just kind of crazy. So cheers. Here's to 2019, I guess, right? Yeah. So I guess what I want to say is as I finally end this discussion, I'm going almost an hour. We're about to go to what was it? Happy New Year in Mountain Time. Hey, we got Happy New Year in Mountain Time Zone. Woo, we do that. Open with another bottle of Welch's sparkling grape juice. Because I don't like, because I'm not a big wine guy. Back in the day, I used to drink my wine. And I don't mean that I made wine. I mean, there was a wine called Andre. There was a wine called Andre, and we would get it from time to time and for New Year. So we always, if we drunk wine, we drunk Andre. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, I think I think the big thing here is that there might be some changes with my channel this year. There might be some changes over on my Twitch channel. There might be some changes on my backup channel. There might be a whole lot of things. It might be a lot different than what you've seen the past couple of years. There might not be as many videos, maybe, as I would like. That would suck. There might not be as many, times I can play the game and stream the game, maybe. I just don't know, and I just don't know what's gonna happen to me. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. I just don't know what's gonna happen to me. So I'm just not really in a good place right now, and so all I can say is just that I want to thank those who have been with me for the longest time, and I want to thank you guys for staying here with me and being here with me. And if you enjoyed my content, I appreciate that so much. And if you follow me like on Twitch and you've been there, or if you were like over over on the old game companies, like I know like Iverson, I know there was this guy Iverson. I don't know if he still follows me or not, but I know he was following both channels. He was following not only my gaming channel, but he's following this channel. So and I remember like he was like one of the first ones that was like a real big thing. So I appreciate that. I know there's been other ones too that follow me, and from time to time I see them that comment on my videos or something like that. So I do appreciate that. So yeah.
Three, two, one. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, my friend. Happy New Year.
They can get to suing me.
Thank you. I can't work after.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody doing the Mountain Time Zone. I mean, this is what it's like getting what hurts me. Well, I was talking about earlier with my fingers. Like what the fuck? I can't do nothing. I mean, I'm just like, you want to talk about like taking an L? Right now, the fucking L is just it's ramming up my ass for some reason, and I don't know why. I really do not know why. Because I always have this internal battle, right? I always have this internal battle with myself, where I say, well, you know what, you shouldn't complain because people out there having a lot worse than you. A lot worse for you, and people out there homeless. You have a roof over your head. People out there don't know how to eat. You get food in the fridge and everything like that. People, they don't have use of all their limbs, and I used to have use of all of my limbs. Now, who knows? But and people out there where they were horribly disfigured and other things like that. And I'm quote unquote normal, right? So and there was just so much other stuff. So and then I said, well, I should be thankful for that, right? I shouldn't bitch and complain about my life. But there's another part of me that says, well, I should be able to bitch and complain and moan about my life. Why the fuck is it so hard? Why the fuck am I? Why am I not? Why am I not doing something? why wasn't I originally not doing radio? Why did it take so fucking long to even why did my and like personally, like why am I 36 years old and not and not doing this with a girlfriend or a wife? Why am I not doing this with why am I not doing this with a girlfriend or a wife? Why am I not talking, why am I not playing with my kids or something? Why, why? Why? Why, so I'm just ready to just I don't want to give up because I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up. Everybody else is out there doing what they love, right? Everybody else is out there. They're doing YouTube and they're doing gaming and they're doing all of these things and they've made a career out of it and they're making money where they can live and and have great things and be a human being. Why can't I be a human being? So it's the new year in Denver, Colorado. Happy New Year to those in Denver. But let me get out of here. Get off of here. I guess I've bitched and complained and moaned enough, right? So, but here's what I know. Until things do change, expect the same. I finally finished. I did an earlier live stream where I did an hour Try Not to Laugh live stream. Now apparently it stopped streaming because the stuff that I was streaming was, it was one of those copyright content stuff, bull crap that that didn't just make any sense, right? So whatever. So it stopped streaming, but it's up, it is loaded. That was my 100th live stream in 2018. I finished the year 96-4. I finished 96-4 with the Try Not to Laughs, and so if I can, I want to do another. I want to go do another 100. Did 100 2017. Did 100 2018. I want to sit back. I want to do if I can. Hopefully I can. I want to do another 100. This year in 2019. And now last year I set my goal for under for not to have single digit losses, and I did. Not only to have single digit losses, I was 96-4. 96-4. That was fucking awesome. So where I want to go this year with it? I really think I think what I need to do is no more than 2 losses. No more than 2 losses, right? No more than 2 losses. So that's gonna be my goal for 2019, and hopefully I can get it. And we'll see where that happens. So yeah, Try Not to Laugh are coming back. I'm probably gonna take the next couple of days off, like the new year, Today Tuesday. Take Wednesday off. I'm probably gonna be trying to talk to the doctor. Maybe I might be even going out trying to talk to try to get a doctor to get a referral for that. And Thursday is the actual doctor's thing, so I got other things I got to try to do, try to catch up on. But if all goes correctly, Friday I will be churning out the first few try not to laugh. And I may it's like I think I downloaded about 5 or 6 of them. And I'll probably do them all Friday. But I'll spread them out over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Spread them out. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. So we're gonna start off the year with the try not to laugh, baby. That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna start off with some victories. And again, expect everything else. Expect a bunch of reaction videos. Expect I've got a new channel art. I got a new thing in screen, hopefully that I think will hopefully work and fit. So I'm gonna be trying that out, and yeah. So again, until things do change, things should stay the same. And if they do have to change, obviously I will let you guys know. So yeah. So that being said, thank you guys so much for being with me. Thank you guys for all the stuff. Thank you for sitting here letting me talk to you and things like that. We had a few people dropping by and stopping in and lurking. I appreciate that. And Born, he was here at the first time, and I appreciate him. I think he was here for a lot of times. He had to go though. He probably was tired of me bitching and moaning as well. But yeah, I really did feel the need to do this video and just say what was going on, and give you some thoughts about me. So, all right. Promise next videos are gonna be back to being AJ Trip positivity. I try my best to do that. So you probably still see the gloves and everything like that. So yeah. If you guys have any comments, please post it down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about anything I've talked about. If you guys have just post it down in the comment section, and I guess if I'll hear what you guys say. If it's it's really, if you're just trolling, I'm just going to let it go on by. But if you got like real thoughts about what I said or any opinions or anything like that, please let me know. Please let me know. Let me know if you're thinking that I'm just I'm just kind of being foolish about everything, or if you think that if you think that I should if I already have a right to feel the way I feel or anything like that. So let me know down in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell to find out when I post a video or when I go live. You never know. And my next live stream should be Monday night after the championship game for Alabama and Clemson. So I will do a rapid reaction to that. That will be the next live stream. So, all right, everybody. This is your boy AJ Trip signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.